Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King and I'm delighted. Finally, there's a breeze and we can breathe. We're recording this week's program once again from the Harbour Restaurant in the heart of Marbella in the Puerto Deportivo. As anyone who knows me, the Harbour is my favourite restaurant in the world and it just happens to be in Marbella. I'm very grateful that they're inviting us here and our guests today to join them to bring you this week's episode of What's Going On in Marbella right now.
It's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Not only are we welcoming as the first guest of the day our CIT Marbella Guest of the Week, but that guest is none other than two, and they're from the Butterfly Children charity. Regular viewers of the program will know that this is a charity very close to my heart, and it has been for coming up to like 14 years. At first, I was overwhelmed to hear that it existed, and then you realize that we just don't know about it and how lucky we are that we have our good, strong, healthy skin. And then we meet people like Mencia, who raise funds, awareness, and events for the charity. And then Iñigo himself, who was the reason that all this started in Spain, and we have a Spanish arm of the Debra, the Butterfly Children charity. Mencia, Iñigo, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having us.
It's so nice. You're down from Madrid.
Yes,
and
really nice.
I get to meet you in person.
True.
Which is an honor. We first met during lockdown. I did a Zoom interview when we all learned how to Zoom. And that was very, very rewarding. It was very nice to meet you.
Very funny too, yeah.
It was, you told me before that you quite enjoyed our interview.
I did. I really did. Yeah.
I'm glad, because you must do a lot of interviews.
I do feel, yeah. Well, I'm not that young. I'm not that Caribbean and cute and stuff. So they don't call me for almost anything. You know, for the.
So when you were tiny, people took more notice, perhaps, because you were young. Isn't that curious?
Apparently it was cute and things like that. But it's more things. For example, articles to write things or something like that. I get asked way more to do those sort of things.
Well, I suppose that's actually nice, because the information goes out organically.
Yes.
And you have so much experience.
Of course, the tone of the pieces I do now are completely different from. The other ones was just a day in the life sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah, now you're a journalist for the cause.
I can talk about the problem more broadly, all the families, give people a picture of more general of the state of the...
I started bringing in specialized lenses into Spain just because of my kids. Your family started the Butterfly Children charity in Spain because of you.
Exactly.
It's a lot of responsibility on the child who's not only suffering their situation, because obviously my kids not being able to read and write is nothing compared, but at the same time, everyone, as you know, has their challenges. Yeah, I know that for them it was very challenging, particularly younger, being this voice, this speech, this, do you know what I mean? Being the face, the voice, to help other people not suffer like you. It's a very bittersweet, I imagine, confusing perhaps situation.
So you can feel the weight. I mean, you're representing almost 400 families, you know, and the mobility of this condition is very variable. And there are families that, for example, the process of bandages and all that, it takes them quite a few hours. The day they do the bandage change and all that, is the thing they do. You know, the mom and the kid, they spend their day just on that. And it's very exhausting, all that.
That's why we're so grateful, because they raise the funds of these two golf tournaments.
Correct.
Will go to be able to have another nurse, because families that suffer from EB, epidermolysis bullosa, or butterfly skin condition, they need a nurse for those mummies, to help them out. Imagine how difficult, as Inigo says,
they not only need a nurse, they need a nurse with a very specific set of skills, because this is a rare condition, very rare condition. And the standard nurse of Seguridad Social here in Spain doesn't have the know-how completely.
The knowledge.
Of course, it's something that, most people don't even know that this condition exists.
Exactly.
I mean, it's called the Butterfly Children Charity because your skin is as delicate as a butterfly, and you have to flitter around life being so careful. I didn't even know, and Spain's a country of hugging, and I didn't when I was kissing, and I looked at Inigo and I was like, I didn't know what to do because I was scared to hurt you.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? Because we hear about how painful this is, how delicate, and we can, but imagine, I see your bandages, I hear what you go through, and I was delighted, but you said, no, you can hug me. We don't know.
No,
we don't know.
Exactly.
We don't. We're scared.
As I say, though, the mobility, the degree of the condition is very variable. It's an extreme fragility skin syndrome. It's the technical family of conditions. And the fragility of the skin, it's not all the subcategories. People having the exact same genetical problem, because my problem is I don't have codified in my DNA the synthesis of collagen type 7A.
That's specific.
Yes. And it's like, if you look at it through the microscope, it makes like a Velcro fibers, that literally
stick everything together.
Like a glue, no,
stick
Inigo?
the epidermis, exactly. They
like
stick
a glue.
the epidermis and the vasal layer together. They stick the most inner layer of the skin to the flesh. I don't synthesize that. My body doesn't have it codified in DNA. And that's why my skin is way more fragile than any one of your skin. So that's why the blisters, the issues with the hands and all that, because there's constant, especially in certain zones, the constant,
the rubbing and
sitting on it and stuff like that. You end up with blisters that become just open wounds.
I mean, just for you personally, growing up as a child with all that conyever and everything that it goes with it. Your family, because this is something that everyone goes through together. And I imagine for your parents, the futility is the worst part. Because I will do and give you anything, but the what can I do? And I think this is where, what can we do? Well, things like, you've got 2 golf tournaments coming up.
Yeah, not one. We already did one. That it was very successful. Now we're doing it.
So this is where you need to get your funds. So, I mean,
Correct.
a bandage is not covered by the social. I know that you've been...
Since 2012,
Yes.
Debra managed...
Because I knew you were canvassing. I mean, you've been campaigning for this.
That being in the law, the pain is the bureaucratic maze you get into.
So we have social workers
you have to fight with this one.
Yeah, you have to be lobbying. You basically have to go into politics and lobby.
Exactly, constantly.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't got this in el pedido, in the.
Yeah, when you.
Yes, in the filing of the thing, you forgot this, that.
So now you do have a
You have
list
the
of
right.
medicaments and bandages and healing ointments that the Social Security...
That's a big step forward.
Yes.
Again, thanks to the association.
Exactly.
Because it matters. And that's just it. It's only when it matters to us, really, that you can empathize and then put in that passion as your family have done, as you are now doing.
Yes.
So again, we'll try and get there. Golf tournament coming
Yes,
up.
golf tournament.
Awareness and fun.
It's taking place on the 20th of September, Saturday 20th of September. It's in the Aloha Golf Club. We're doing the format Stableford individual. The green fee is 130 euros. It includes the picnic. So it's a whole day of a charity golf tournament. It has a wonderful ambience, because everybody is going to help the cause. So it's lovely. It's a mixture between foreigners and Spanish players. You can have any handicap, really. I mean, you have to have your license number, of course, because it's an individual game. But it's, anybody that wants to help us and join a wonderful charity day, it'd be lovely to have them and join us.
Will you be there or will you be back in Madrid?
I will be back in Madrid tomorrow, but I will come here. I'll come back here for the tournament. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, he always comes with us.
Yeah.
And on that same day, during the evening, we are also organizing a dinner.
Yes.
That we have a
dinner
show
afterwards.
going on. Yeah, there's a dinner going on to celebrate. It's a charity dinner. And we have, I don't know if you know them, can I say a name of the
Yes.
Vantage Experience? They're full of fun. We have raffles, we have an auction. So, it'll be a wonderful...
It's quite the event. It's quite fun.
Yeah, it's lots of
Do you enjoy
fun.
it? Do you like going to parties, or usually are you quieter but you just make the
Old-fashioned.
exception? Very posh. All very posh.
He loves going out. He loves a
Yeah,
party. You do, Inigo, don't
I'm
you?
a very social person. I'm a Spanish, for God's sake.
Exactly. The event is obviously a great way, awareness and also raising funds.
Raising funds,
But
yes.
Inigo, what other ways from you, and what can we do? Perhaps maybe as press, I should write more about it, as well as putting on I don't know, what can we do as the general public? What would you like us to be more aware of? What can we do to help?
That's a very good question, because it's not awareness for the sake of awareness. It's a bit ethereal, but the awareness when issues came, the synergy between the press and the media and the organization like ours is a very nice thing to have. It's a very nice, dare I say, weapon to have. Because when you have an issue...
Ally, what a
Ally.
great,
Let's go with that, right?
lovely word, ally.
Let's go with that, right? Because when you're fighting for something specific, for the, I don't know, these Byzantine things, you want to make a protocol so first care attendants know how to deal with blah, blah, blah.
Because I remember 12, 14 years ago, basically, let's say most of the hospitals had no idea.
Exactly.
And it is again, thanks to Debra, Butterfly Children Charity and all the team, including yourself and your family, that they now at least know this exists.
Exactly.
It does.
But things like this, you can, things like this are accomplished with a nationwide sanitary protocol, and that's a very bizarre bureaucratic thing. That if when you are dealing with that, with your trying to the administration, the government to push to, please let's do this, please let's do this, please get this into law, get this protocol on the basket of protocols we already have, and all that. That push, that article, that podcast and all that really helps
Awareness,
for the
yes.
government to say, oh, okay, this is an issue. People say feed is important. People pay attention to. So let's push this forward. Because
Absolutely.
if you don't, you're in the back burner, and good luck to you.
Yeah, no, and it's like that anywhere, but in Spain, I don't want to be rude, but it's
No,
definitely
it's
like
good.
that. You have to just
is.
be
You
on
have
it
to.
all the time.
The government
time.
sure loves bureaucracy here. Yes.
Well,
And and those specific things the synergy in those specific moments, part of raising awareness and things like that. But in those specific things, it's a very helpful thing.
I think right now, obviously important is needing funds for nurses
Yes.
to be able to travel when a baby's born,
specialist
to
nurses,
explain,
yes.
and also hopefully to have enough nurses that can travel or can help with bandages in different areas.
Yes.
Because imagine, Nicole, we have nearly 400 families. We have 4 nurses. That means that each nurse have 100 patients to deal with. And
Plus
we
the
have
flights or travel or trains. I mean,
24/7
how do you
by
get to everyone?
Cars, trains, buses. Sometimes Alvaro has to travel by plane to the north.
And there's no way that local, because I mean, again, it's just manpower and things, but each local government where the people are located to try and
Of course,
specifically
but
target
Nicole,
them.
You've
Yes.
been to the social hospital. I mean, once. I mean, I've been with my child, and we've been waiting for hours. So that mommy with that child that has a wound that doesn't know how to deal with it, or what to use, or how to care of it, they just call us, and we video.
We have to get some private
call,
clinics
and we tell her
involved.
exactly what to do.
Somehow to, do you know what I mean? To just say that they'll do the bandages or cover, because I can't imagine there's that many per area. No, I mean,
it's not.
400, but
And
I
in
mean,
some areas
if you
there's-
spread it out across the
Exactly.
country,
But we're everywhere.
I know, so it's like
in the
all these,
north, Alicante,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out
Valencia,
loud.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we help here? What are we doing here? How do we get this?
Yes, but you've managed to say awareness, like Inigo says.
Exactly.
Awareness is so important because it does. I mean, I always think unity makes us stronger, doesn't it really? And if people know we exist, that makes a huge difference. But we have different ways of also fundraising, which, we have plenty of campaigns
Patronage.
that, we can also, inform about
Membership.
us. If they call us, we'll let them know
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the different ways
I mean,
of
obviously there's lots of different
collaborating.
charities, but
I
I know,
know.
like with me, at first it was just like so difficult because you don't want to hear about people suffering.
No.
And then I thought about my children's really chunky, chubby skin.
Yes.
And then it was like, oh, so I'm appealing to other parents who have this luxury of not knowing, thankfully, what this is. It's the least we can do because poor baby. I know you're not a baby anymore, but poor baby. Maybe you're not cute enough to be taken on as a little one, but you're still kind of cute. So you've still got your appeal, Inigo, so don't worry, you're still cute. And
yes,
anything,
you're absolutely
last things you'd like to share with the viewers?
Basically, to thank you for things like this, because this, as I said before, this really helps to spark interest in local authorities, in someone with any decision power, so we can move the projects, the more systemic projects, to solve at the institutional level with protocols, professional know-how and all that. And things like this are very useful for that.
Yes, if anyone's got an enchufe anywhere,
Correct.
ya sabéis.
Correct.
You've got an enchufe to speed things up. Exactly.
Colours.
Colours!
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Correct.
I hope when you come back next time we can repeat the experience
Of course.
and catch up again. Mencia, enhorabuena,
Thank
muchas
you.
gracias, thank you.
No, thank you so much for always supporting us.
Always.
Thank you very
Nicole,
much indeed.
It
You're
really is. It's a
wonderful.
privilege,
Thank you
it's an
very
honor,
much.
and it's like it's a moral obligation. I mean, it's like,
Thank you. It's
hashtag better
important.
together.
Yes.
And I'm so glad to know that I can actually touch you. It's so hard when you don't know.
You don't know
Yeah,
exactly.
true.
You know,
the
you-
bandages are very, very
Yeah,
impressive.
and no
very-
one's. Yeah, so it's exactly. Don't be scared.
No.
Obviously, ask first, I would say,
Yes,
because
yeah.
everyone's different. They're different levels, and you have better
True,
and worse
but
days.
Exactly.
I imagine.
Yeah.
So ask first before you launch into that Spanish abrazazo.
But go ahead.
But yeah, but I'm very delighted that I actually said something, because otherwise, you know, you don't know, and it's like, wow, I'd love to
Exactly.
give you a hug.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, hey.
When you think of car or motorbike insurance, think Linea Directa. When you most need your insurance company, Linea Directa are there for you. with tow trucks, courtesy car, mechanics, legal advice, even overnight stay in a hotel if you need it. There's a whole department dedicated to us Brits with people who speak English there to help us. If you're looking for an insurance policy that really takes all your needs into consideration whilst you're driving in Spain, then Linea Directa really is the company for you. Why don't you give them a call? 952 14 78 34 or contact them online.
Zero Heros, welcome to Exoticca. Zero Heros, welcome to Exoticca.
Thanks to the lovely Dana, I'm welcoming now to present to you a lady called Cecilia Garrido. She does fine art photography, and it's quite a mouthful to say, but it's really quite something to look at. Cecilia, bienvenida al programa. Welcome to the program.
Gracias a ti.
Have you always been into photography? ¿La fotografía es algo de toda la vida contigo? ¿Es a lifelong passion?
En realidad siempre fue mi pasión desde niña. Uno de los primeros regalos que me hicieron mis padres fue una cámara fotográfica, pero luego por distintas actividades profesionales, yo aparte soy psicóloga, y bueno, me tuve que dedicar a mi profesión y lo dejé un poco relegado.
So I'm just going to quickly translate so we don't get too far and forget the life story.
Yes.
Cecilia said that actually she's always liked photography, particularly one of the first special presents she remembers getting from her family was a camera. However, she then became a psychologist and is dedicated to her profession. So I suppose it's now that she's getting the opportunity to actually go back and explore her talents. Supongo que ahora tiene más oportunidad para explorar esos talentos, ver dónde te lleva.
Justamente en los retratos eso es lo que tratamos de ver, todo lo que hay detrás de una simple imagen.
So what you're saying that her speciality is portraits, and the key is what's behind that image.
En cada retrato las miradas son diferentes. Podemos tomar una misma persona y retratarla en distintos momentos y la mirada va a ser totalmente diferente.
And this is very curious, saying even if when you do a portrait of the same person, if you do that portrait at different times, the look, what they're projecting is going to be different in every occasion. Y de ahí el título, Miradas del Alma, looks or glimpses from the soul.
Exactamente, exactamente. Es decir, representan todos los aspectos internos que tiene la persona y que a veces no se pueden expresar con palabras, sino que se dicen con miradas.
They say some things can't be said in words and they literally are expressed in looks. Me acuerdo cuando me operaron de las cuerdas vocales,
Sí.
el padre de mis niños decía que las miradas que le eché eran 1000 veces peores que los insultos que le había echado cuando tenía
Así
voz.
es.
So I was saying that when my kid's father would say that when I operated on my throat and I wasn't allowed to speak, he said that the looks I gave him were 1,000,000 times worse than anything that verbal abuse that came out. It's interesting, it's interesante el poder de una mirada, the power of a look.
Sí, la expresión en la mirada cambia en cada momento y en cada instante de la vida de las personas. Cambia constantemente.
I'm saying that look in the person changed obviously continuously just from day to day and through the years. ¿Qué es lo que te atrajo de ese aspecto? What brought you to be intrigued by this aspect?
Porque también en cada mirada cuenta una historia. Si después la gente que tiene oportunidad de ver mi colección de retratos, cada uno tiene un título muy sugestivo, porque en cada retrato hay una historia. Entonces es lo que trasciende la mirada, lo que trascienden los ojos.
I'm saying that every single portrait that she does that's in the exhibition is showing something. It's telling a different story. Each look says something. Que son como psicólogo, as a psychologist.
Sí.
Imagino que has visto miradas vacías, desesperadas, luego aliviadas. I imagine in psychology you've seen
Yes.
desperate, empty, hopeful looks. Los ojos son la ventana del alma. The eyes are the windows to our soul.
Por ejemplo, hay uno de los retratos que se llama Enredaderas del Alma y sale una niña puber, preadolescente, con una bungavilla que le va rodeando el cuerpo y se llama Enredaderas del Alma. ¿Por qué tiene ese título? Sabemos que la preadolescencia trae un montón de conflictos internos, sobre todo más para las niñas que para los varones. Todo un cambio físico y psicológico, y un cambio, su cuerpo va cambiando. Entonces esas enredaderas son todas esas enredaderas adentro que tiene la persona y que no sabe qué va a surgir de todo eso, qué va a pasar.
Yeah, she's saying that one of the portraits that she really likes is of a young girl. She's before going into puberty, but it's this changes, and she's called like enredaderas. It's those climbing plants. I'll say the thilo in English. Those, well, you know, like ivy. It's a climbing thing. So she's got this bougainvillea on her, and this is to reflect, obviously, all the changes that's going to go in her body, the mind. It's just like
las encrucijadas que tenemos dentro,
yeah, and all those
cuando
different
somos
challenges
adolescentes.
that's going on inside of us. ¿Dónde podemos ver tus obras? Where can we see your collection?
El miércoles se inaugura a las 19 mi exposición, mi segunda exposición, que se titula Retratos del Alma, que es una colección de 15 retratos fine art.
¿Y dónde se exhiben? En el
Eso es
Hapimag, ¿no?
en Hapimag.
Right, in the
Va a
Hapimag
durar un-
Hotel, yesterday, so Wednesday it started, the exhibition, me han dicho 12 o 15? ¿Cuántos?
15
15
retratos.
portraits,
Va a estar un mes
and they're going to be there for about a month. ¿Qué horario se puede ir a visitar?
en todo el día. Entrada gratuita
So you
todo
can
el
go
día.
in, there's no charge because we're going to Hapimag until the end of the month. You can go in and check out Cecilia's lovely portraits.
Me gustaría aclarar algo, no sé si la colección es de retratos fine art.
No sé,
Fine art, ¿qué
eso no se
significa?
traduce.
Bueno, yo te lo voy a
Can you
decir.
explain what fine now means? Because I have no
Fine-
idea.
Fine art es un concepto que significa que no solamente el fotógrafo retrata a la persona, sino que él le ve esa distinta creación dentro de lo que es la
fine
persona.
art.
Fine art.
Okay, ahora he dicho fine art en español.
Fine art
Entiendo.
parecen cuadros, parecen pinturas.
Porque tú pones en esa fotografía, lo pones luego
Claro.
todos tus toques
Las luces, los
artísticos.
colores marcan lo que el fotógrafo quiere destacar y lo que le llamó la atención de ese retrato. ¿Me
So one,
entiendes?
the reason of the fine
Lo-
art portrait is because Cecilia not only takes an amazing photo, but then she gives it that special effects and treatment for light, shadow, to actually portray what she sees should be coming through based on your perception. Es precioso, me encanta la idea.
Bueno,
O sea, habrá que ir a
gracias.
verlo. We have to go down and check it out. See what Hapimag.
Bueno,
Muchísimas gracias,
gracias
Cecilia.
a ti.
Congratulations.
Muchísimas
Y con permiso voy a ir a verlo y
Bueno,
ya
con
grabo
todo
también
gusto
para el
te
programa.
esperamos.
I'll go along and take some
Encantadísima.
video for us all.
Encantada entonces. Muchísimas gracias por dar esta
An absolute
oportunidad.
pleasure. Que sea el primero de muchas veces. The first of many, I hope.
Gracias, muchísimas gracias.
Enhorabuena.
Adiós. Hasta luego.
Hey, hey.
Linea Directa appreciates just how important our pets are to us. And that's why they brought out one of the most comprehensive insurance policies on the market, from just €39.90 a year. Give them a call on 952 147834 or from the website lineadirecta.com.
Hey, hey.
What goes around comes around, and guess who's back? Michael Sterling, bringing the West End to Salon Varieties. Welcome back, Michael.
How are you, Nicole?
I'm super well. I'm very delighted with life. New season of Marbella now, and obviously a new season of the Costa del Sol for you.
Exactly.
Bringing stars and daughter along with you.
Yes, it's as you know, it's sort of like it's our fourth visit here. Third time for Scarlett, of course, and we have my very special guest, Natasha Kemball, who did Love Never Dies down at Drury Lane, and of course a concert version of Phantom of the Opera. That's Christine, and she happens to be my other half as well. So that
works out nicely.
That's very nice.
So basically, it's a family affair.
Yes,
Exactly.
it is actually very much so. Very
Well, I
much
think
so.
that's lovely when you can find love in someone who loves what you do.
Yeah.
And that you can both travel and perform at the same time doing what you love. I mean, it really is like you've got as good a life as I do. How lucky we are.
Not quite as good as yours, though.
Oh, I imagine it sounds pretty pretty lovely. So how long are you over for this time?
I'll be over about 15 days.
So a little bit of a holiday mixed in?
Of course, I couldn't come here and and do the lovely shows at the salon, etc., and not enjoy somewhat what I've. It's like a second home, has been for the last sort of 13, 14 years. So really, it's got. I mean, we came in this morning. We had I can't get a flight early enough. So 6:15 flight this morning. Girls loved that, of course,
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But it is, at least you get here and you've got the full day and you get to be on television the minute you
That's it.
arrive.
Well, it takes a while. When you get to the airport and you do all the stuff, by the time you actually get where you need to get to in your car, you pick the car
Well,
up.
we're honoured that you've come in and come straight down here. Really, I'm delighted, and how lucky that we're at the harbour and they've managed to get themselves some delicious grub while they've been
Do you know what?
waiting.
It is really fantastic. I had the mushrooms and just something light for lunch, well, tea time really, isn't it? But the garlic roast potatoes with cheese, which is like a dauphinoise kind of thing.
It is.
And the mushrooms, oh my.
It's my favourite restaurant in the world. It just happens to be in Marbella.
Got to try
but the
everything
food here is amazing, and a great lunchtime menu. So also the menu in the a la carte is fabulous in the evening. But if you have a more of a medium budget, like I like to keep to, then just come in and because even when you get the set menu, you get enough to take home. It's not like those set menus and they're giving you a threat of something on the plate.
Exactly. No, they look after you. They've been lovely, actually.
Yeah, and we're delighted they're welcoming us while our studio is still being revamped for the new season. Michael, you are a theatrical persona. This is you. You live the stage. You love performing. You love singing. For those who haven't seen you on the program before, I mean, were you the precocious child that was performing at all the family events? And how did you start shining?
It was, I'll tell you when it was. I always sang, like at school, from a little boy, 2, 3, 4, as you go through nursery and things like that. And I don't remember that far back, but I do remember always enjoying the hymns at school, at church, or whatever I went. But then when I was 7, we were 1977. We were at the hotel that my parents and a restaurant that we ran. We lived there because it was a hotel too, And it was the 16th of August, 1977. Now, what happened on the 16th of August, 1977? We lost the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, and at my sister's wedding. And I was asked. The whole party was asked in the reception for a request by the entertainer and on guitar, and I jumped up and I said, "It's got to be something by Elvis Presley." He said, "Oh," I said, "because we lost him today." Elvis catered from 2 to 92, and that's the power of this guy, the first major rock star, pop, rock and roll star. So, and I was just hooked. And I said, "It's now or never, Elvis Presley." He said, "Well, I can play that, but I'm more Jerry and the Pacemakers singing." He said, "I'm not Elvis Presley. Come and sing it." And that was it. And my mother was like, "Michael, let the man get on with his work. Go in the back and leave him alone." And
oh, I thought it was the other way around. Michael, go.
No, because that's our business, like this, And he insisted, and I got up and I sang. And from that moment, I felt something. I didn't realize I was a singer, I guess. I didn't realize what I had as a talent, if you like. But the feeling I got from what the audience gazed back to me. Why is this? I like this. This is amazing. It's just a great feeling.
Very
And ever
different,
since
isn't it?
then, yeah.
Performing to a live audience is magical.
And it was.
If you can do it, if you have it in you to face them, it is a
And that's what
magical
started
experience.
it. And I never looked. I've never done anything else. You know.
And is it, why the shows? Is it just lately, or is this something that is one of your specialities, but you do other genres? What's your, is it just your preferred genre?
I did musicals, the shows. I did a show called New Faces back in 1987. You remember Marty
There was a TV
Kane?
program, wasn't it? New Faces?
It was like the X Factor of its day, I guess. And
Yes.
I went on there, and that went very well for me. I was one of the winners, along with Joe Pasquale was on it as well. He was, and I had a bit of a tour going around with my own band, which was very nice. As a result of that, and doing various other work and inquiries, it was lovely. Summer seasons, remember those? Blackpool, and then, but I thought I wasn't quite happy. And then I auditioned for Saigon. And they said, it's great, but I'd been rather confined to a specialist field, not theatre, more concert. I guess TV. I came from television because I did a lot of the royal shows and things before that. So my manager said, look, let's get onto this. So I did a tour for a theatre company for about 7 months. And then I came back, auditioned for Les Mis, and I got in.
Wow.
1991. And then
How did
10
that
months
feel? That
Amazing.
moment when suddenly you realise, oh my God, I'm gonna be part of Les Mis.
Well, I knew I wanted to do it. My 18th birthday, I was given a ticket for Les Miserables. Now, Les Miserables, I went, sounds a bit like people say miserable, right? And I thought, didn't really grab me. But when I went to see it, they say based on Victor Hugo's novel of the same name. I'm like, well, what's that? And like a lot of people. But when they saw it, wow, changed my life. It changed everything. That's what I want to do. And then I guess after that, 3 years later, I was doing it. And then 10 months later, I was playing Marius. And then 2 years after that, I did Raoul, and then Phantom came, and then Valjean, and and so forth. And it was such a journey. And so theatre really has always been, I don't want to do the cliche, theatre's my life, but it is a wonderful family.
When did you decide that you were going to branch out on your own and take that leap to create your own shows? Because that's the big difference of someone hiring you, putting you in, telling you what to do, than you creating a show on your own to then travel with it and present it to the public.
Well, yeah,
Open
that's
to
a very
criticism and
good
God
point.
knows what else.
Exactly, what you put into it. It's, I guess, there's a saying, it's with what we do as actors and singers, it's art imitating life. Okay, so it's, I guess, in that respect, it's my journey. So you'll have the songs from Les Mis, from Phantom, from Oliver, I did Fagin and Oliver, Dexter and High Society, Perron and Evita and things. So it's a bit of a journey, but of course from the operatic side, because I came from that, and there's many other music genres and people that I worked with over the years, and I've been very lucky, to work. I'm very fortunate to work with some incredible artists that have taught me a lot. So the shows are kind of, the other one-man shows, like I do a show tonight with the Phantom, which is more like a musical biopic of my journey. But the wonderful West End, which is the one I'm here to do, is a real celebration of all the greatest music. And some shows I haven't been in, but of course it's going to have the big, lollipops in there, for like Les Mis, Phantom and Oliver and etc. And but of course with the guests as well, it's part of my life. And literally is part of my life. The guests are part of my life.
So this is going to be basically music from the shows, like going to the West End with a little bit of everything that we're just going to love.
Yeah.
And just enjoy some really good quality singing, music, and that live experience. There is nothing like it. As you say, that buzz that you get from the crowd, and the crowd when there's that sync, isn't it? There's that moment when you've either got them or you haven't. But when you know that you got them, it's quite unique, isn't it?
It is, and it's memories. Music is memories. Life is memories. I mean, everything we do are memories. what I just said is history, right? Just in that
Yeah.
way. So it's history very quickly. So life is, for me, is memories and making as many great memories as we possibly can. Sometimes there's some memories we don't care to remember. Like we choose, what was the saying? We forget what we should remember and remember what we should forget. You know, the old thing. Music it takes people away for that 2 hours. Doesn't matter what's going on in life. There'll be great things going on some people. Some people come to the theatre for different reasons. There could be a myriad of different reasons people go to the theatre. I guess my job is get on this train. We're going to take a little journey. And that is probably going to, evoke some memories in them, maybe when they went to the West End with whoever they went with. And then they maybe phone them after the show. Oh, we've got to go back there and see that. It's triggering.
Well,
So
I
it's
have
a
seen
lovely
you
experience.
perform, and your lovely daughter Scarlett, which I'm looking forward to chatting with her in a minute as well, and meeting Natasha.
Oh, yes,
the other
indeed.
half and the West End celebrity. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's start telling our viewers when you're performing so they can start getting their tickets and calling up the Salon Varieties.
Exactly. So it'll be Friday the 12th of September and Saturday the 13th. At the Salon Varieties in Fuengirola. And it's great, it's almost...
It's a beautiful little theatre.
It's like a little second home, really.
It's a beautiful little
Isn't it?
theatre. It really is. I mean, even when you get there, and it's very quaint, and it's got the little coffee shoppy bit outside the bar. And then you've got like the bar to the right, and then you've got the ticket office. I feel like I'm going to...
Isn't that so cute?
As if I was going to go visit my grandparents. But in the old days, it's literally go back in time. And then the theatre is luxurious, and the chairs are comfy, and it's all gold and beautiful, and the beautiful velvet curtains. It really is lovely.
I mean, it's such a great team there, with on the marketing, through to the box office, through to the creative side, with Owen.
Super professional.
We discussed what shows would be right to go on with Owen Griffiths, and of course, with Sarah in marketing. And it's... we kind of make a collective decision of what is, because they do shows as well with the different production companies that are around. So I try and kind of pull things in that it's always going to be different, but it's
always going to work and bring in the public.
Exactly.
Get your tickets now, don't miss out. And again, congratulations actually just to Salon Varieties for being so awesome and holding such amazing events and supporting different artists, which is quite wonderful. Thank you, Michael.
No, my absolute pleasure, Nicole, and thanks for having me on again. And
Pleasure. The wish is our command.
oh, marvellous. Come and see us. It'll be a lovely evening.
It will be. I grew up with my parents calling me Sarah Bernhardt, I think because I was rather overdramatic. And I always wanted to be on the stage. Did a lot of plays at school, but I never made it to the West End. Not like the lovely Natasha Kemball. Congratulations, you. Superstar performing in theatre. How exciting is that?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's been a dream come true to perform on West End stages and in theatres across the country, really, doing all sorts of amazing things and concerts and whatnot. So, yeah, I love it.
You're a lucky girl to be able to do what you're passionate about.
Definitely.
Did you know that you, from a little girl, you wanted, I was going to be a ballet dancer, to be a teacher?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you know the stage is my thing?
Yeah, I think I knew pretty early on. I was probably about 8 or 9 maybe, and I was very musical anyway, learning flute and piano at school, and then basically started on some voice lessons as well, because I was always singing wherever I went. My older sister rather, was a singer as well, or enjoyed singing at school, so I kind of would listen to her and, copy what she was doing as well, because she really enjoyed it. So that's basically kind of how I got into it, and just, I've been singing.
And what
ever
kind of
since,
preparation
really.
then, when you took it to, like, suddenly realising you want to take it to the next stage, how did you prepare yourself?
Well, it's a funny thing in this industry, because a lot of people say, oh, you chose a career in performing arts. And I honestly feel like it's kind of the other way around. Like, I think you just know. I think you know quite early on, like, if it grabs you and it's like, no, there's no question. It's who I am. It's not what I do. It's a part of me. And if you're not doing it, you feel like something is missing.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what happened for me, really. And I knew very early on. I contemplated a couple of other career paths, including veterinary medicine, believe it or not, because I love animals, and I even, did an apprenticeship there and things. But it won out in the end. The stage won out. So.
And what was your first big lucky break? Well, not even lucky. Your first well-deserved break.
Well, funnily enough, I got cast straight out of college into a massive open-air Shakespeare tour, performing alongside Royal Ballet dancer Wayne Sleep.
Wow!
So that was amazing because he was playing Puck, we were doing a Midsummer Night's Dream, and I got to sing for him as one of the fairies, as a lead fairy, while he was dancing a solo. So that was quite amazing, really, and it's such an amazing experience. And then I went on to do quite a few seasons with the British Shakespeare Company, doing that, and it wasn't like your typical open air out the back of a van type Shakespeare situation. It was very much like full Elizabethan costumes, cast of 18 actors. I mean, basically taking everything that would happen inside a fully blown theatre, but out in the open air to beautiful venues like Kirkstall Abbey in Leeds and Edinburgh Castle and such.
Really so, emblematic.
Absolutely stunning venues, and we even went to Norway, in 1 year as well. So yeah, it's been incredible. You get to meet so many different people from different walks of life, and just wow audiences in different ways, and that's just the magic of it, really.
And then getting to the West End is like the dream, isn't it? It's that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's important to remember that there are so many other avenues as well, because a lot of people are like, oh, West End, which is incredible. But there are so many talented artists out there that are doing all sorts of incredible things in the industry. So I always like to give those people a shout out as well, because it's such a hard industry, and there's just a small handful of roles at the end of the day in the West End,
And how did you get involved with Michael? Where did you meet up? You two?
Gosh, that's a long story. But the short
version, love a love story.
The short version is we originally met many years ago, and basically he was actually my vocal coach to begin with. We had a totally professional relationship for some years. And he was my vocal coach, and then we kind of went our separate ways. I moved back to Dubai for a while because I grew up there, so I went back over there for a bit, and then we sort of reconnected around 2010, and things kind of turned romantic. So that was really unexpected.
Meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. And we obviously love performing together, and I think our voices blend really nicely. I mean, you guys can be the judge of that, but we always get told that anyway. So
it might be hard sometimes to coordinate, if you're in different plays or in different performances, and to coincide.
Yeah, sometimes, but I think especially now we do tend to do quite a lot of concert work together, and we try and plan it that way as much as we can, so that we get the joy of working together and getting to spend time together as well, which is really nice. But obviously there are projects that we do separately as well, but we try and keep it a nice mix of both.
If you can, why not?
So yeah,
like coming out here, Costa del Sol.
I know.
Family coming over.
Not too shabby, is it?
It's not too shabby at
exactly.
all.
Yeah, we just did Northern Ireland for a couple of weeks, a few weeks back as well, which was lovely. And we did some churches and cathedrals there,
lovely.
and it was really warmly received, beautiful audiences, and yeah, that was great as well. So it's always fun to mix it up and travel around.
It definitely is. Well, I'm delighted that I get to meet you this time, and that we can watch you perform as well at the Salon Varieties, Varieties. It's the theatre in Fuengirola we all know and love so well.
Yeah.
And the lovely Scarlett and Michael Sterling were performing, and the lovely Natasha taking us to the world of the West End. How exciting is that? Get your tickets now.
Yes, come and join us, guys. Friday and Saturday night, Friday the 12th. And
this
Saturday
one
the
here
13th.
If you're talking to people.
This one here if I'm talking to people, okay.
We have a personal plea. Your personal plea to this guy.
Okay, Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th at the Salon Varieties. Be there or be square.
Exactly, or be round, or be wherever you want to be, but be there.
Exactly.
Well done, and I hope you enjoy the performance enormously.
I know
on your holiday.
I know I will.
Sure, it's a well-deserved break.
Thank you so much. Yes, I can't wait. Thank you.
I have to say, I did a double take when I just saw Scarlett, because she's so grown up. I mean, Obviously, when I first met you 3 years ago, although a lovely young lady and performing on stage, there's a noticeable difference to see how you've changed.
I mean, this is my 3rd year, so...
I mean, look at the confidence. When you first came to the television the first year,
Yeah.
although you've been, I think, on stage since you were tiny and performing with Dad and traveling with Dad.
Yeah.
There's a different aura about you this year. It's like you're in your space, you're in your comfort zone, you're ready for this.
Definitely. I love to sing, you know, and even though I don't do it all the time because I've just finished my A-levels, and I'm starting to get back into things, and now singing is sort of my downtime where I can relax. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
And you get to sing and come to Marbella,
Exactly,
be on the Costa del Sol on
exactly.
holiday. Very grateful that you've come straight from the airport, basically, here to the harbour so we can chat with you. But it is lovely to have the West End come to the coast. I was very lucky as a child. My parents took me to a lot of concerts, a lot of theatre, a lot of ballet, a lot of famous people doing things.
Yeah.
I feel that our kids do miss out on this. So chapeau to Salon Varieties, but also for you guys coming over and putting your passion and heart and talent into creating this extravaganza for us.
I mean, I love Spain. I've been coming here since I was like 5 or 6 years old, so it's always been a yearly thing for me, and I've just sort of grown into the singing part and being on stage. And I think the first time I went on stage I was about 7 years old, so yeah, it's been lovely.
What do your friends at school think when you say, okay, summer holiday, I'm going off to perform my West End acts at the theatre?
Well, very jealous actually. Even when I was in secondary school, people would say, oh, what are you doing for your summer holidays? And I'd say, well, going to Spain for 3 weeks. And they'd be like, oh, I'm going to Butlins.
And not only that, you actually get to follow your passion and sing. What did you study for A-level?
I did biology, chemistry and psychology.
Completely different.
Yeah, completely
so a very good
different.
grounding
Yeah.
base, really, for anything you want to do in the future.
Yeah, I've got an offer from Exeter to do psychology next year, so that's my plan.
Oh, well, really delighted. And what will you be singing for us this weekend?
A few surprises. I won't give too many away, but Wicked, we've got Les Mis, you know, like Phantom of the Opera, which Natasha will be doing with Dad, Beauty and the Beast, all sorts.
Oh, that's one of my favourites. Well, Scarlett, congratulations.
Thank you.
You look amazing. Those beautiful young ladies. Best of luck with your A-levels and with your career. And I hope to safely say see you again this time next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Back for more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, darling. And really, enhorabuenissima.
Yeah, gracias.
To be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause, and if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, and my heart would lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest, and the world will be better for us. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
Linea Directa has come up with a squatter policy for just €24 a year. You don't have to have your home insurance with them. This is a completely separate matter to protect you from squatters. For more information, call 952 147834 or their website, lineadirecta.com.
Zero Hero, welcome to Hard Rock Hotel Marbella.
I'm privileged for many reasons, I have to admit. In fact, I'm happy to admit. And one of those is I get to meet fabulous people. And when they come up with great initiatives, it's an absolute pleasure to bring them on program so they can share their vision and hopefully get us all involved. Delighted to welcome the lovely Melissa to the program, who's come up with, either in English it would be Eco Amigos, and in Spanish Eco Amigos. So it's perfectly both languages, and she's brought with her Carmen, who is jumped on board with this project that you've come up with, Melissa, and it's just lovely. I mean, eco anything sounds good, right? So it's an ecological thing. And cleaning up beaches, I mean, it's just precious. We have such beautiful spaces that do get so trashed. That why you're such an exquisite human being. I don't put you with your rubbish bag, you know, getting in the beach and picking up rubbish. So delighted and well done.
Thank you so much for having us here today, Nicole. It means a lot. And so Eco Amigos is basically an initiative that we began in November last year. So it's been going roughly 10 months now. Keeps growing all the time. We began in sort of Casares, Costa, Sabanillas, Duquesa area with about 5 of us, just friends. Now, 10 months down the line, we have just over, we've got about 460 people in the Facebook group.
Bravo,
and
you.
We've got a core really of a WhatsApp group that's probably 22, 24 people. And that's men and women that live at the moment in the Casares, Manilva, Sabanillas, Duquesa area that just want to give something back to the coast that they love so much.
Well, I mean, it's exactly, we all want that. Not all of us are willing to get out of bed and actually go do that. But it's nice that we can. Will you be doing another group for like this area? You're hoping to like, I would say contagiarnos, how do you say, infect us? And like get us
In the
like,
best way.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like just inspire us, that's better. Like,
Right, so basically we have found that the group is, so much interest in this group, and it's really wonderful to see that. And Carmen is a new team leader for basically
High five.
an inaugural event that we will be starting in Marbella itself. And Carmen can tell you all about it.
Yeah, so I started joining Melissa's events in the Duquesa area, and I figured, well, I'd like to spread this out to my area, my neighborhood here in the Marbella Center. So I spoke to her, and she really liked the idea to expand the group, and so, yeah. So
I had no idea that was where it was coming from, but perfect. It's such a great initiative. Why can't we have it here? We have in the past had some really great groups that have done this. But I have to say, I don't think since lockdown it has reactivated. And it's lovely to see that you have embraced it. You've now jumped on board to extend this. So what's the first Marbella event that we can get involved with?
Well, it's going to be on World Cleanup Day on Saturday, the 20th of September, in the morning, around 10:30 in the morning. And it's going to be a women's only group in collaboration with Coastal Women.
Perfect. So before we go off to the golf galas and everything, we can go and do some beach cleanup. So we're giving on both sides a day definitely to get involved. And what do we have to do to get involved, Carmen? Where do we go? What's the plan?
Well, it's going to be up in the Char Blanca area of Las Monjes, the river up there. There's a little
Means nothing to me. Be more specific. And I've lived here for 40 plus years.
It's near the bus station.
Okay.
Yes, behind the bus station and up a bit.
Okay.
So we
Before you get to the Don Miguel, well, no, it's not even the Don Miguel now. It's yes.
We have 2 events going on. One of them is going to be the inaugural Marbella event, which is in collaboration with Costa Women, and that's the morning of Saturday, the 20th, and that is for women and children only. The following day, because this is World Cleanup Day weekend, if you will, the following day, the Sunday, the 21st, we will be having an event, a beach clean going up in Manilva area at Aldea Beach.
Oh, lovely.
And that is open to everybody, and that starts at 9:30.
And that's basically kicking the season back off again after the summer to get these cleanups going. How can people get in touch with you who want to participate or suggest areas that
Sure.
they would like help
Yeah.
with?
So we are on Facebook. You can look up Eco Amigos on Facebook. The colors are yellow and blue. It's ECO space Amigos. Or we are on Instagram as well. As of the last few weeks, we're just venturing into
Congratulations.
Instagram. Yeah.
Extra work.
Yeah.
All this volunteer work,
I
hard
know.
work, isn't it?
That's Eco_Amigos_Casares Costa. Or you can send us an email, ecoamigos.es@gmail.com.
Sounds perfectly simple. It's a lovely idea. I really applaud the initiative. Well
Thank
done, you.
Well, we have basically, we've gathered hundreds of bags of rubbish. When I say a bag, I don't mean this. I mean bags this size. So just this.
What's the most common things you're picking up?
Well, just this summer alone, Nicole, we have gathered 241 bags of rubbish just this summer. So if you look at since November, it's hundreds and hundreds
But what's
of bags.
what are people throwing on the beaches and everything? What's
I would
It's,
say
drinks.
baby wipes
Right.
are the most common thing
Horrible.
we find buried in the sand.
mothers?
Plastic bottles. But a lot of it, Nicole, will have been flushed down loose, go into the sea, then come back up. It's not just what people physically
Yeah,
drop
I mean,
onto
how
the
many
sand.
restaurants and bars in Spain have the sign "Do not flush paper
Yeah,
and
they
things
still
down the
do.
toilets"? Because our infrastructure,
Can't
let's just say
support
it's
it.
not new, and maybe we've got hundreds of new urbanizations and homes, but the infrastructure, the main infrastructure it joins into, just can't cope. Please
what
take
we
these
find-
things seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of what we find are plastic bottles and cans of drinks, be it beer or Coke, whatever, Fanta. But we don't just. The important thing to tell you is that we're not just walking down the sand. We're going one street back. We're doing car parks. We're doing urbanizations. We're doing picnic areas. We're doing recreational areas. Because during the summer months, of course, you can be sure that every beach is going to be kept in tip-top condition. There's nothing for us to do really on the beaches during the summer. But out of the summer is, and it's not, like I said, it's not all people walking down a beach with a can and throwing it willfully on the floor. It's what the sea brings up during January, February. It brings up a whole lot of seaweed, but in the seaweed is a whole lot of plastic
trash.
bottles.
Nature's way of collecting the garbage. They get this out of here.
You humans, you can have it back. You deal with it.
Well, it's it's something that we need to do. And I'm always encouraging people, if we live in this city, we've got hundreds, thousands of people come and visit. The town hall doesn't have the finances
Well,
to
this is the
cover
thing,
all
Nicole,
this
you know?
extra people. We need, if we
Absolutely.
live here and we love living here, bit of pride, no?
Totally. There has to be some personal responsibility.
Exactly.
And also there has to be, in this day and age, a lot of people are just like, well, someone else will just take care of
Exactly.
everything. Whatever it is I do, someone else will just, pick up the pieces. Well, what about taking a bit of personal pride and responsibility
Exactly.
as
When I
well?
pick up my dog's poo, sometimes there's just the other poos near it, and it's like, it's not his, but I got the bag in my hand. It's 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's a domino effect. When you see somebody doing it, then you do it, and then it just goes on and
Very
on,
much so.
and it grows,
Exactly.
and people learn. Yeah.
And that, in fact, is something that World Cleanup Day, and your viewers can look at worldcleanupday.org, which is what this is all about. World Cleanup Day involves just under 3% of the world's population, although that is millions.
Yeah.
And what they try to say is that let us be the 5% that pull the other 95% and encourage the other 95% in the right direction.
And that's what we're doing right now. It is done. We have spoken, she has spoken, Carmen has spoken, and look forward to seeing you on the beach on the 20th of September.
On 20th
And the
at
21st.
The dry riverbed, the 21st on the beach.
And we can contact you and you'll tell us exactly where and all the rest of it.
Give you all the information.
Lovely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Melissa.
you very much
Carmen.
indeed. Thank
Nora
you.
buenissima.
See. Okay.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for the program. here at the Harbour Restaurant in Puerto Deportivo, Marbella. Do come and check it out. They do an amazing value set lunch menu, which is just fabulous. The evening a la carte menu is also wonderful, but really, really good prices for the lunchtime menu. If you want to watch recordings of the program, you can do so from the rtvmarbella.tv website, or go to my website, nicoleking.es, for links to the program, the ever-increasing list of participating venues who are Zero Hero venues, and also everything else I'm doing. It's lovely having you along. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for more of what's going on in Marbella now. Bye.